Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, hero of sight, defender of the fatherland, off here to a glorious 1v1 on Crossroads. In the north, it is Kerr 141, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Here with the 3rd Guards Mechanized Corps with Guard Motor, 3rd Reserve Army, and airborne troops, featuring infantry, anti-tank and mine bulletins. Versus in the south, it is the Angry Dutchman, angriest of the Dutchmen, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, here with Festung Armour. Rolling out with the 1st Panzer Division, featuring Panther 4 Model Js, Panzer Tactician, Hold Down, Pack 43s, and the Railway Artillery Support, gun the MD42, double conscripts there. And so we're off to the races. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, champions and heroes one and all, and certainly primary supporters of the Propagandacast. You too can join the ranks and keep the Propagandacast going by pledging on Patreon yourself, or you can donate via PayPal, links in the description, and commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing does this part. It helps well in keeping me going by spreading the video out to more people. So, 3rd Conscript there for Kerr, Grenadiers, MU42 there for Angry Dutchman, heading eastwards rapidly. We got barbed wire, we got sandbags, there's barbed wire there as well, and sandbags here in the west. So far, standard opening here from both sides. 3rd Conscript they're almost done. 2nd Conscript there for Angry Dutchman. Festung Armour, of course, with the Panther 4 Model D along Panther Tactician, typically like the primary reason you see this commander used. A bit of railway support. The Pack for the face is this kind of awkward unit which rarely sees used. Teaching Hold Down continues to be, well, kind of mostly a gimmick. Grand Nissan fuel point here, particularly after they nerfed it. As for Kurt, chances are very likely Guard Motor, as it is just like the number 1 third commander, and just due to being always like just one of the most flexible and versatile commanders with good, early, mid, and late game options. So heading westwards here, another engineer squad for Kerr, so increasing the likelihood of this being Guard Motor with a triple conscript of engineers typically indicates that. There'll probably be some Guards rifle there following up as soon as he can get them. Angry Dutchman there with a 3rd Grenadier squad soon to be called in here. First shots are happening around the 2-minute mark between Kerr and Angry Dutchman. The challenge here for Angry Dutchman in the early game is to avoid getting boxed in here in the southern half of the map. It is a common trap to fall into for a southern axis player, particularly Wehrmacht. They just end up boxing yourself in along the southern and eastern road axis. Basically, that forms up the box on the map, and it's not uncommon for a player here to just basically allow themselves to be boxed in and for someone to use the western part of the map there. So that's basically the main challenge here of the Angry Dutchman versus Kerr. And of course, for Kerr, if you can keep Angry Dutchman there boxed in that particular area, it becomes much easier for him to win the game, unless he likes to make some really bad attacks. Angry Dutchman should probably consider taking up soon. Of course, he may go for 4th Grenadier, but no, he does go for the tech there. As for Kerr, I imagine we're seeing some medics. Yes, indeed. Possibly some grenade upgrades as well. Pioneers push back, M4 doing up, but the flanks are exposed. Here we got the Grenadiers versus 2 squads on the west here. Not looking great for Angry Dutchman versus Kerr. The Red Army strikes hard at the fascists. Grenadiers charging at the countries there, pushing them back. Tech halfway done. Machine gun there taking losses. Continues going for the Grenadiers. Machine has to fall back here. Tech almost done.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Bunker up.
Production upgrade accomplished.
He's laying down barbed wire there. Looking to make it harder for the Germans getting onto the point, I imagine. So this definitely adds more pressure to Angry Dutch, and it may also just further draw him into the potential of just getting boxed in here. He's moving westwards there. Grenadiers MD4. Oops, sorry about that. We moved a bit too far there with the scroll. Grenadiers MD4 to bring in there. Pushing it for the German army. Like to make a nice company of Angry Dutchman. Likely an armored car. Of course, the opportunity to half-tech would be great. That said, also the current situation that he probably wants the armored car to help push back at that Kerr, but also he wants a Pack 40 fast, because on a map like this, Crossroads has more resource points than the average map, meaning if Kerr gets too much map control, he can much more quickly snowball into T70. So Angry Dutchman, more than normal on this map, has a increased need to maintain the possibility getting a Pack 40 out as fast as possible. Of course, he does have the commander or the bulletin there with the anti-tank and production run bulletin. Again, it's pretty much like the Very used one there. We got, as unexpected, got over here for Kerr with the T-45 medium tank, heavy mortars, gas rifle infantry, vehicle repair training, and the marked vehicle. He's going for the engineers. Takes them off. Note he's loading manpower. He obviously wants to go for the scouts because he's actually so far ahead in some way in terms of like damage that he can't quite call it in there. You could of course build like the spawn company out there and the rest of the structure that would actually provide him with some experience to get faster there. That's an important note to keep in mind there. And there you go, armored car for angry Dutchman. Finding up here, but not looking great for the grenadiers. Up close, the conscripts have an advantage. Plus, the way the terrain is, they got the sandbags. The opponent's not. We can see the angry Dutchman then push back. And here, I think we are seeing angry Dutchman realizing this is not going to work out well. So starting to slowly move westwards here. I think that is overall a much better choice here than rather than attacking into like prepared certain positions in the east, trying to switch westwards. Where currently, as some of you might have noticed, Kerr has no presence at all. And sometimes the best attack is where opponent isn't. Because that way you can sort of hit them from positions where they aren't quite as prepared for an attack as well. But we got Kerr there with the tech now. The spawn company is grabbing his base, and we can sort of see the little shield going up there. Children causing healing. And we got telemines here. Very smart here, by the way. What he's doing is exploiting a particular type of, like, shall I say, blind spot that exists in, like, most players' minds, which is, you know, they don't expect mines within their own territory in a sense there. So by sneaking up there ahead of time, for example, he basically exploits this blind spot. It also, like, the further you come to the opponent's base again, the further this blind spot increases. So, very neat little trick there. Very nasty as well. So, the T-7 could rush in and then hit the telemine again. He'd be completely surprised at it because he wouldn't be expecting it. But also the psychological impact then of it would also be, you know, bigger because you're going to hit someone's blind spot, they really get shocked. But it's also being East was there, so maybe this was just a diversion, but even then it could still effectively put some more pressure on it. We do get the Pack 40 for the angry Dutchman and the German army here, the 1st Panzer Division. Close to mine there. The 1st Panzer Division, but was one of the original elite Panzer Division at the start of the war, would actually have more, you know, mechanized infantry units compared to other divisions, like, you know, where most had, like, at that point at the start of the war, like a company of, like, you know, mechanized Panzer Grenadiers, like the 1st Panzer Division, like, had, I believe, actually 2 battalions worth of them. So, little note then, I find one of the, like, best ways to notice, like, how what elite is a unit is actually, like, to notice how many half tracks does it have for, like, Panzer Grenadiers. T7 there for Kerr, though. We can see this time slightly later, which is great there for angry Dutchman. He does also basically manage to stabilize the map control now, though Kerr still has a bit of a lead there. No! We can now call him the Guardsman. In fact, he's been able to do that for some time. It is a bit curious that Kerr hasn't done that. Perhaps he's just called up here by, you know, angry Dutchman's like aggressive raid towards the fuel point. They just, you know, completely slipped his mind. That is a possibility, but you'd figure, like, you know, he'd start going for those Scots right wing police, the heavy mortar. But there we go, T-7 rushing in there, catching grenades out there with his 45mm gun there, tearing into those fascist bastards. Gunny's for the western cut-off point there again. Pack shoots, hits bugger all. There we go. 8 minute, almost 9 minute mark. We do get the gas rifle up for Kerr. MG4 tooling up here. Being flanked by the conscripts. Conscripts for the armoured car here. And he's then engaging there, go armoured car with the damaged engine. Good hit there for Kerr, and the West Tigers pushing forwards. Close one there. I mean, you could have tried like baited into the telemine, but I guess he's hoping like, you know, his opponent, you know, thinks, okay, now it's safe, then drive straight into it, maybe, I don't know. Molotov on the gun pushed out into the open. Fun fact, the Germans also use Molotovs, by the way. They called them Brandflaschen, or fire bottles. They actually industrially produced them. I believe they used a old, you know, well, alcohol distillery to make it. I believe the Finns did as well, by the way, with theirs. But yeah, they basically mass-produced Molotovs. Mortar of angry Dutchman, I think that's a very good move there. Grenade down the MD-42, and full wipe there. This is great for Kerr, but definitely A bit of a kick to the sides there for Angry Dutchman. He's replaced the MG42, cancel the mortar just in time. Doesn't want to be without an MG42 versus the Soviets for sure. He may also cause one to eventually start taking up here versus Kerr and the Red Army. MG42 halfway done. Pack shoots, wrecks a stone wall. There we go. Tech for the Angry Dutchman. Guardsman got the point here. And we still go for the mortar. Thumbs up. Definitely noticing that, you know, some of the more interesting meta changes lately is just more players in general starting to go for mortars again. I have seen players then forget about it again, but it seems like it's taking a bit better this time around. So Angry Dutchman's mortar is almost done. Kurt Bauer has yet to show any interest in going for mortar himself. Most guards bring up their conscript support. Gunny's meaning to block off this socialist advance towards the fuel point there. Oh, he did spot the mine, unfortunately, in the end. Bit of a shame there for Angry Dutchman, of course. Good for Kerr, he did go for mines, but did check for mines. Thumbs up there. There you go, Granadenwerf out. Gremlins fuel from the guardsman. Gunny is pushing for the car point there. And we got a significant side force here, of course, backed up by the guards MG42. Bit of grenade off there, but that doesn't do too much against Kerr's advance. Mortar rain down here. First shot hits the sandbags and no socialists. MG40 repositioning. Back here, preparing there. Back here, reinforcement going on. Appealing already done. No sign of anything further here than for Kerr. I mean, he could take up himself soon. That way he could begin upgrading the men with the same upgrade, which is typically like, you know, what you should do, particularly now as the Soviets just rush ahead with the attack, like just, you know, get those upgrades going, but for the reasons. Kerr's not prioritizing that much, as they going for at least some more guardsmen heavy mortar. So definitely a bit of a strategic stall there, which is great for Angry Dutchman. Gives some slight increased chance of getting ahead of himself there. Maybe pushing back against Kerr a bit harder. So he's definitely focusing hard in the center, which is a bit risky. As you can see, the Kerr slowly sort of encircling him and just getting most of the map. So definitely some associated risks here for Angry Dutchman. His current strategy here needs to look to break it. Tag almost done. Back at base, we got the mechanized armor cup for Kerr and the Red Army armor cup pushing up back up with the Grenadier and the light machine guns unleashing a torrent of lead into the unfortunate socialist infantrymen. Guarding as the Grenadiers, we do also have some merged conscripts. Thumbs up there to Kerr. Very nice to see that. Small chance of wipe here in the guardsmen. They are low on health as conscripts mixed in, so theoretically the armored car could do it. Theoretically, though. That'd be a bit of a high roll nonetheless, particularly having the conscript to block that. But Angry Dutchman absolutely needs to get that fuel pump back in his hands, or the other one there. Well, this is going to get very unfortunate for him. Because Kerr at this rate is steadily moving towards unity, starting to churn out T-3045s, which is going to be very difficult for Angry Dutchman. Once you hit like a certain amount of those, it becomes incredibly difficult for the Wehrmacht to just deal with sheer numbers of those. Pioneers comes there, clashing out there. T-70 moving in, pushed him off the southern fuel pump. We got that T-70 inbound. Veterans 1 gains. Actually only got enough kill now, which is honestly, that's a bit of a surprise. Almost took it out with the armored car pack 40 combo there. Close call there for Kerr and the Red Army. Mortar there with 7 kills, actually quite impressive. Thumbs up there to Angry Dutchman and his mortar crew. Second pack 40 for Angry Dutchman. Perhaps he's worried about T-35s not being able to get any tanks on time. I can certainly see that being a valid concern here. In fact, he's also at risk losing the pack 40, in which case just having another one ready is going to be a really good idea. We do see the armored car by firing smoke screening part, I think, to also cover the pack's retreat. That's it. No immediate infantry response here to help assist further the retreat there, and that's going to be vital, I think. Mort's also in trouble here. Does get the T-70 here. Close call there, though. Close call. Gunny's caught up in info 2 and suppressed. Still, he does slightly get ahead on this one. However, briefly, because now Kerr 141 is going for the T-3485, at which point the Angry Dutchman is going to be in for a bit of a ride. And it's not one to the local petting zoo. Quick rifling against an MG42 there right through the window, exploding in the midst there. T-35 halfway done there for CoH2 for 1. Another rifling it off here, doing more damage. We do see CoH forced to pull back the MG42 before the Germans silence it permanently. But now the T-35 is right around the corner for CoH2 for 1. So Pomako up there for Angry Dutchman. Go to the conscripts. Roughing it off. Nice murderous hit. T-35 moving in and engaging the DC. You need to be careful of their low in health, and the T-35 can do a lot of damage back to with the flamethrower team here. There we go, close to wipe. Yes, the T-35 unleashes hell. Unfortunately, T-35 there. Another shot there. Vessel wanting attention at the wrong time. Nothing new there either. But you can go for the Panther 4 Moldier soon. Probably in some ways it's a better choice with the T-35. That was Stugs. Regular Panther 4 would definitely, I think, be a significant misstep here for Angry Dutchman versus CoH2 for 1. Does manage to hit the fuel pond there, slowing down Kerr's income bit, and then Chung does to flop with another one too fast. And there you go. Panther 4 Moldier for the Angry Dutchman. We also got smoke screens here. I think just to mess a bit there with the Kerr, honestly. Make him think something's about to happen. Panther 4 Moldier, slowly getting ready. Note that while the Moldiers here represent as, like, you know, superior to a regular Panther 4, the reality is they were kind of inferior. Like, they were basically, like, you know, more easy to produce model of Panther 4. Downside was they didn't have like a generator for the turrets. It was actually hand cranked, meaning a Panther 4 Moldier had a much slower turret rotation. Though they did have a larger fuel tank, if there was enough fuel around, obviously. But it was like the main advantage of the Panther 4 Moldier was not, you know, increased durability. It was just ease of production costs. Basil, I'm busy. Stop jumping up on so much. Yes, Basil, I know. I'm sure the viewers love you too. Almost got the conscript there though. Good work by the Angry Dutchman. Good hit on the T-35 there. Got the Panther 4 Moldier rolling ahead here. Guardsmen forwards. Pack crew wiped. Field gun for Kurt. Modifying the counter there, push them out. Another change with the Panther 4 Moldier as they started to slowly move towards wire mesh side skirts on the main tank hull there to further help deal with stuff, shape charge, you know, stuff like bazookas, Panzerfausts and whatnot. And yes, I said Panzerfaust because the Soviets captured a lot of Panzerfausts, millions of them, and they were more than happy to put them to use. Well, they used them for a lot of other things besides knocking out tanks as well. So like a bit like the Germans actually. Roughing a bit too late to the party. T-35 still going on the west.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Guns from the Panther 4 punching clean through the armour. Mortar line close to the machine gun crew, pushing it back. The situation a bit so last now for Angry Duck. We've got 352 for 6 just the victory points is down to bleed out there versus Kerr, so could slowly push him towards the lead. Kerbal is yet to go for a heavy mortar, these additional guardsmen. He's also just quite short on manpower due to the way the fighting sort of going. This has been slowly bleeding him out there. This is definitely like one of those opportunities where Angry Dutchman actually, like, you know, get ahead of Kerr more seriously, be smart about what he's doing, and Kerr isn't so smart. So careful, those grenadiers are being wiped out here. In fact, at this rate, Angry Dutchman is actually likely to get out another tank ahead here of Kerr, which will then obviously give Angry Dutchman a hell of advantage and then use his tanks correctly together with his infantry and his mortar. Console option like that. Pack the caught out in the open. Definitely a bit unfortunate for Angry Dutchman. A great opportunity for Kerr there. Go wipe the pack troop. Punch was being wiped out there. More troops pulling through. Pack 40 from the T-35. He can go. No, he can't. He's just basically reinforcing troops now. Another hit then the T-35. Pioneers being pushed back. In fact, they've been slowly murdered and eviscerated. Mortifying with their 8 kills. Under these armored car base with their troops almost getting a wipe here. Taking advantage of Kerr's focus here. It's like, I didn't get the wipe there. He was too busy himself now. He missed opportunity, let's say, here for Angry Dutchman. But in the end, Kerr is successfully pushed back, though, with some casualties there for Angry Dutchman. But again, this does mean a more manpower bleed there on Kerr, which means he can't go for more tanks. Angry Dutchman, well, proceeds to end up in the same situation. But he'll be able to still nonetheless go for a tank far safer than Kerr, because his infantry will suffer less. Also worth noting, at some point he has gone for a 4th Grenadier squad. Armored car then knocked out here by Kerr's forces. Finns getting the field crew here, catching it on the flank, and absolutely ripping it apart there with light machine gun fire there.
The enemy has silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
Guardsman up here. Ready to pop a grenade there on the mortar crew. No, going into flank positions, looking to get the Grenadiers actually. He does successfully pull it off too. But Angry Dutchman is now very, very close to that Panther 4 Model J, the Panzerkampfwagen 4 von Jod. Another wipe there. Holy scheisse. He just lost 3 Grenadier squads in the matter of seconds. Jesus Christ on pogo sticks. That is pretty massive here for Angry Dutchman. And it's a huge opportunity now for Kerr. Good God above. Now Kerr's suddenly favoured again, and he lost the field gun there too in the process. I think that's where he lost one of his guns. He tried to crew and then lost one guy, and then he got crew then, which point cost him the Grenadiers then. This is though hugely favoured here for Kerr now. Good lord, like there's just like a span of moments and Angry Dutchman being favoured, like, you know, basically fighting for his life. He's still trying to get the finish of safety rather than, you know, crewing his pack, which also got wiped. Good lord. That said, he does almost have the second Panther up, but now Kerr's situation, he actually can soon go for another T-35, and again, worth noting, Angry Dutchman has none of his anti-tank weapons currently crewed. In fact, one of them has been destroyed. Got the field gun again, then he's got the Panther 4s on it, the other one at least. He got 16 kills there. Kerr, though, continues to reinforce his troops and doesn't go for another T-35 here. This is very much to Angry Dutchman's continued fortune, although the pack's being destroyed is less so. Smoke's been deployed here to help cover the field guns. Very nice. Though he has a lot of work to do. He also get the other Pioneer squad to fix up the Panther 4 Model J there. 347s with 309. He's splitting up the Pioneers. I guess he wants to crew the field gun, but now it's too late anyways. Oh, actually, no, he can't. He can still clear it out there. They won't be able to get crew with the Pioneers. I mean, he could try, but they're costing the Pioneers, and you can't really force, like, sacrifice an entire Pioneer squad or any kind of squad there. It's like crew any weapon. Got it from the Panther 4 again, the T-35. Shot bounced. Moving in the other Panther 4. Damaged engine. Another T-35 there for Kerr. So now the situation for Angry Dutchman is fraught with peril and disaster and dangers. Kerr moving ahead swiftly, grabbing most of the map. He now has the infantry advantage by far. He's also got the veteran tank advantage. So Angry Dutchman needs to play this very smart. Or Kerr needs to play this very badly for Angry Dutchman to have a shot at this. So there you go. Second T-35 out there for Kerr 141. First one on the move again here. Panther 4, they're good to go. Comes around the Eastern Victory Point. We got 311 versus 309. Situation here for Angry Dutchman is looking, again, not good. I mean, he could just try and pull for more Panzers, I guess, or maybe a Stug, honestly. I think would actually be more a salient choice here. But on the other hand, 3 Panther 4 Moldiers would also be quite good for Angry Dutchman. Though he goes for an Ostwind, which honestly makes sense too, helps with the infantry more. I mean, on the counter, they were busy digging in there by the Eastern Fuel Point. Flareman goes off, killing Otto there as it goes straight through his skull. How about since there's a Russians were using red flares? That's a bit of Otto. Oh. Mines standing for curve, very good there. When you're ahead, lay down mines. If we're going for the Pentaform, we'll get Ostman's almost done here for Angry Dutchman. Pioneer's caught everything for 2 almost ace level there for Kerr 141. He's of course still got the mortar, 10 kills near ace level. Pioneer's pulling ahead, they're backed up with the Panther 4 Moldier, which is close to 82 T-35 their strikes. More mines for Kerr, thumbs up. I mean, he's clearly looking to, like, you know, screen against an armoured flank there. That's very good, just any kind of flank. Flag Panther around from the other side. Pioneer's collecting wiped out here. Got it on the T-35 there. The Panther 4 is not supporting here, interestingly enough, but the Ostwind is doing good work here. Second T-35 around here dealing with it. First one technically more infantry here for Angry Dutchman. Infantry being routed by the Panther 4's. Other Panther 4 remains in a at least defensive position, I guess you could call that. Which one is like technically just gone hold down with it there, at least. Ostwind can hold back for repairs. Issue 5 tanks for Kerr 141. We got 255, so 309. Angry Dutchman has been able to, say, scrape his way back into the fight. Scouting headed with his Panther 4 here. Quickly obliterates Yevgeny. I should fire halfway done. Black Panther's almost ready here for Angry Dutchman. 3 kills in the name of Deutschland, and we do get held down here. At this point, he's got 3 abilities out of 5. Tifa engaged the Panther 4 shot right through the side armor. There we go, issue 5 tank destroyer there for Kerr 141. Shot when it comes there with its main gun there, popping the building right next to it, taking further catch, got the Panther 4 Ostman base in the west, wiping out one of Kerr's infantry squads there. A counter squad was actually obliterated, slaughtered. Counter's being snapped over the Panther 4. He's finally getting the Panther 4, good shot there. Definitely reposition that Panther 4 before it just gets completely wrecked here by Kerr's H5 tank destroyer. We got 300 points left here for Kerr versus Angry Dutchman 247. Panther 4 remains in position, filling up. H5 actually pull back, and there you go. We do get railway artillery, but at this point he's just a pack for the free away there from full doctrinal bingo here. Which obviously should not be the reason for him to go for a pack 43. I mean, theoretically, you could set up one here, which would make it much harder for Kerr to use his army, in particular because Kerr is not using his, like, you know, artillery at all. There's no heavy mortars, for example. It's like, theoretically, Angry Dutchman could set up a pack 43 and get away with it. In fact, like, actually possibly pin Kerr within his base there. At least force him out to, like, a pretty large detour through the east. So, I mean, pack 43 is a possibility. But I don't think she's going to go for it. Almost got the Panther order fixed up. Constant advancing it backed up by the Ace MD42 there under Kerr's command. Ace a little more to the flank of Dutchman. Oh, we do get the pack for the In fact, we do get Dottle Bingo Vanguard Dutchman. I do feel like this could have been slightly further forwards to cover like a bit more ground into like Kerr's part of the map here, but it's definitely going to make it hard for him to like make any attack head on against Angry Dutchman. It's going to definitely force Kerr to get smart or get blasted. Oh wait, it's full Dottle Bingo Angry Dutchman. So 2 thumbs up. That's actually kind of impressive. The Festung Armour. Second Reggie 2 Pentaform Object. T-45 shoots, misses. Pack 42 turning around here. That Pack 42 is going to land a great hit there on the T-45. Punching cleanly through its armour. Chewing off a significant chunk of health there. It's going to definitely like add some additional gravity here to Kerr's planning. Making battlefield calculations just a bit tougher there. Grab these some pop with the Grenadiers. Note this is an early model of the Pack 43 that was sort of made when they didn't have the right mount ready, so they just used the mounts from the Leichter Feldherr 18 instead. They're sort of meant to more have like a crucifer mount similar to the Flak 88. Fun fact there. Good user there for Kerr to help deal with the Pack 43, but honestly, heavy mortar would probably be better for him. Osvin holding down there, just not good enough. Chatting with the Panther Pack 4 turn around as well here, but won't be enough. So a bit of a blow there on the Osvind. Popping smoke, disengaging. Perhaps hoping to bait him into the Pack 43 here. He does take the bait there, he does take the bait. High velocity 8mm shell punching through. Now, the Pack 43 was used on a variety of German heavy tank destroyers and assault guns like the Nashorn, the Elephant, and the Jagdpanther. It was also used by the King Tiger. It's rather a gun that saw some extensive usage in a variety of German weapon systems. There was also a field cannon version of this, which is basically like, and a tank gun that could also double as artillery. So, fun fact there. Kachucha out there for Kerr 1 for 1. He definitely is a bit baffled here by the Pack 43. And Angry Dutchman's rather formidable positions. Pony's being hammered here. Grenadiers busy in the east with a machine gun bunker to deter any attempt to flank there. He's realising he's parking a lot there in the centre, so it gets up new. He's going to need something to at least buy some time there to react in response. Pushing on the centre straight to the MD42 and of course the hull down Panther 4. The results are not pretty from there. Go Kachucha barrage off from Kerr. On the machine guns, not going to do much against the Pack for the Panther 4 though. So not against the Pack 43. Guardsman the run, but again under the watchful eyes of the Mod Pen. But there you go, T-Film straight to the Pack 40, or the field gun actually, and the Pack 43. Let's call that a Pack 40 for some reason. Penfold gets good hits there. Yeah, that T-Film is going to go down here. Got it with the Pack 43 there. Each fires also on top of the Desvetini 2. Panzer 4 disengaging under cover of smoke. We got 247 from 27. Pony's being up there, spotting for the Pack 43, which lands another terrifying shot there for the T-55's arm, and there you go. Another one bites the dust in the service of, in the name of Deutschland. But there again, he's pushing through here. Panther Force going to counterattack here. Interesting enough, not trying to say sneak in some demo charge. They're probably the better choice here than just burning through it. But there you go. Panther 4 on top of Angry Dutchman, walks to the rescue, and there again, he's getting wiped out here, and suddenly Kerr's position just, oh dear. Oh dear, he's just being forward to line for the Pack 43. Panther 4's blitz moving in there as well. I think that HH5 is very likely toasted, possibly. There we go. A brutal hit there. Straight for the tank shot. And there you go. Second shot knocks it out. And with that, Kerr 1 for 1 is pretty much out of the war here. Another loss from there for Angry Dutchman and the German army. But there you go. GG game over loss here for Kerr. A victory for Angry Dutchman. In some cases, the match seemed straightforward, but then Angry Dutchman just suffered all these losses, and he was suddenly in a much worse position. He was able to turn around their Kerr. Meanwhile, failed to think to utilize some of the better elements, like the T-35 or heavy mortars, but also failed to tactically attack Angry Dutchman. I think smarter ways would make it easy for Angry Dutchman to stall up by time, for example, set up the Pack 43 and use that to ruin Kerr's day. So there you go, though. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Link. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.